everyone, and welcome to Dimensions of Love. These are our weekend pick a card readings that we have recently started doing to practice our intuition. If you are new here, welcome. How nice of you to join this beautiful space in Dimensions of Love, a domain from love to love with everyone that holds love in their heart to feel safe and to be themselves. To my returning viewers, thank you, thank you, thank you. So lovely to connect with you all, and how amazing that you are all practicing your intuition and growing stronger of something that has always been within you, just needed you to unlock it. So keep up that good work and let's just start. So the piles for this weekend were very different from one another. So I didn't pull a card for all of the three piles, collective energy. My higher self didn't nudge me into that direction. The energies were kind of left in their piles. So it's actually the first pick a card reading where the piles are actually very personal and in their own energies. So when you're picking a pile, please use all of your tools available to you. Your side of how the shell looks, how it feels when you're looking at 1, 2, 3, which color is connected to 1, 2, 3, and we're different from day to day, so kind of tune into yourself of what resonates, because your higher self and your spirit team and spirit guides are connecting to you every day, and they know where you are and how you stand. So try to connect with that where you feel that pull, because that is how we also practice our intuition. Okay, so we are all psychic in some shape or form, but it's more so of when we practice our gifts become stronger. When we don't practice them, growth becomes stifled, and we kind of lose them over time. So keep on practicing your gifts. So let's just get into this beautiful piles of energy that are different from one another to see what is the message that Spirit wants you to know for this weekend. And as always, try to see the video again on Sunday to see what resonated. Or if you have a good memory and you remember your pile and how it was and what was being said here, then just reminisce it over one more time. Just go through it and see where did it fall into your life, so you know how Spirit speaks to you and in which way it responds. And as always, be careful with the ego hijacking the experience, because that can be. So don't be in fear, or just think about it like this. When you are listening to something and the first thing that comes through perhaps sounds a little bit negative to you, and then the mind starts to amplify that, and you start to become frightened over what you're going to look forward on this weekend. That's when you know that the ego has hijacked the experience, because truly when it is the soul and it is a lesson, there's nothing to fear. So it's just, okay, this is the message, and I'm having it open. I'm not interpreting it with anything. I'm just looking on the weekend how this will play out energy wise, and that is the best way to practice. But as always, you know best for yourself how to do it and in which way it fits you, because we're all different. I'm just giving advice to what might benefit you more. So let's start with the pile. This is pile 1, 2, and 3. So make sure to pick the pile that resonates with you mostly. If you picked pile number 1, group, this is your reading. That is your beautiful shell, and it feels very earthly, physical, grounded energy. And this shell is speaking to you of kind of congratulating you for you finding the self-love, the love that you hold in yourself, for yourself, because it feels very centered and you're very focused on what is it that I need. And that is very, very appreciated. Your higher self uh, is kind of, I feel, a smile over you. You have a smile over you, the way that you see yourself and the way that you stand in your truth. Okay, so that is wonderful. Keep on living in your truth, because it is your truth. So that's wonderful. And I'm picking up for some of you or someone, if you pick the shell and you kind of like the shell, but there's some resistance towards it, the message for you is that you're kind of resisting. It kind of feels like an opposite, or the energy connected to you. It feels like a resistance of giving yourself that love. So giving everyone else everything that they need, but then not giving yourself that. For that person, Spirit is saying you need to reevaluate and check why this is happening. Why is this pattern here that everyone else seems to deserve all of this of me, but then I lack giving it to myself? It can just be because it's very physical in the 3D. So it could be like you're going through your day and all of the obligations that come with that, and you're giving 100% everyone else. And then when you are going to have time for yourself, that time is very short, and it doesn't become, you don't feel rested in that time or whatever that you're doing. So that's how I'm getting it. And that is signifying that it is an inner belief of yourself that is being outwardly expressed into every time that you're going to take time for yourself. It never becomes that time for yourself. So Spirit wants you to look at that and reevaluate your past beliefs and throw some of them away that don't serve you anymore. But for the most majority of you all in pile number 1, this self-love is just beautiful and blooming, and it's just very positive energy of moving forward. Your card for this connection into what you can do tangible is taking classes. You get this card, taking classes, and they're giving it to me as you've come from a place of not loving yourself and going through many difficulties. Whether you're in the beginning of this journey of trying to give yourself that time, or if you're in the complete, because I feel like it is with the energies, a beginning and an end. So if you're at the end of this journey of truly loving yourself and standing in this just loving energy of taking that time for yourself, making sure that you have that time to give yourself that care and that boost, Spirit is saying you are going to teach so many people about this, because you have a higher you're meant to be a teacher in some way in these higher realms of deeper understanding that self-love reflects back to yourself and to your soul and to your patterns, and that you've learned that through going through all of these transformational energies of finding that self-love within you, which is very beautiful. So you're meant to teach and to give out classes in this journey that you've learned this far. So in this weekend, because I feel it's connected to you here, it's just saying that if you feel like there is no clear direction forward, it is because this self-love that is happening, these small routines that you're implementing of taking care of yourself, from the smallest to the biggest thing, all of these are building up for you to do something else in the future. Okay, so Spirit is acknowledging you to keep on doing this because it will grow so much more than you ever thought, because you are meant to be a teacher of some sort. Okay, so you're meant, and it doesn't have to be that this is your occupation or that you work with, that you have class. It doesn't. It can be in your society, in a group. So we don't have to see it always as a teacher in the classroom. We have to be more dimensional with it and more open, that you will be a teacher. You are a teacher right now, because if you haven't taken care of yourself and you're taking care of yourself, automatically that energy is rippling out to everyone around you to feel like, oh wow, this person is glowing so beautifully, and they've gone through that transformation, and it kind of triggers something in them to also want to continue forward. So it can be from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. So Spirit is acknowledging you to continue with that self-love, and I keep feeling this smile above me. So notice when you see someone smile very beautifully this weekend, that's a wink from the spirits, just acknowledging you that you've done a great work of this self-love. So a beautiful message for you guys in pile 1. Thank you, and have a great weekend, y'all. Okay. If you picked pile number 2, then these are your messages. This is your shell, and your shell feels very connected to another person, as in a connection with someone else. So this is your message from this shell is you have a fear of committing to something. You always choose the secure path than the unsure one. And here I feel there is a big variation of energies between all of you that has picked pile number 2 here. Some of you, it is calling out to a relationship, because if we add up these numbers 4 and 7 and we are reducing them down, we get number 2, and 2 is about relationships, right? So it is a relationship to someone else. So I feel like there's a message for someone that you are choosing to stay in a relationship where it feels secure just because you're comfortable with it or you know it, when there is another relationship that is being open for you, and that's very different. It can be very different culturally. It can be very different, as in it can be a distance between you, like in different countries, different upbringings that are causing you to feel unsure, because it's such a big difference that you choose to stay with the one that you feel comfortable with. The Spirit is kind of pushing you to get out of that comfort zone and to step into more unsure ground, because nothing is sure. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting a message that they're saying to me, nothing is secure, nothing is sure. That's just an illusion to believe so. So if you can acknowledge that you have this strong belief that it is a sure path for you, then Spirit is kind of asking you to meditate upon your options. Meditate upon your options. That's what I'm getting for someone. Your card connected to this, as in what can you physically do, is editor. So this is what I'm getting for another energies of you. See, I said that it was very different in pile 2. You have very different outcomes from these messages. So it is saying here for some of you that you have a partner or you have a friend that is very knowledgeable in writing and understanding different aspects of editing, and you kind of doing something on your own. I feel like you thought about writing something. There's something about writing, but it's writing down your dreams, or if it is writing a novel or a book or something about yourself. Okay, there's something that you have in mind that you want to do, and you kind of unsure because you don't have those skills. I feel for some of you that insecurity is kind of creating that you're not doing it or you're not showing your work to someone. But Spirit is saying there's an energy of someone being, I feel it's very close to you, or a partner that will enter your life that is very knowledgeable in, has a lot of writing skills that will benefit of you giving them that work so that they can go through it, because it will benefit you to get some feedback. Sometimes we do our work, maybe you've written already something and you don't want to show it to the world. The Spirit is saying that just do it, show this to the world needs to see it. The same thing here with because I feel it's connected to another person, to another partner, and this is how the message goes here. There is an energy of a writer. There's a writer inside of you. If you feel like, oh, this is, I don't know nothing about this writing or anything, then there is an energy connected to you. That's why I feel like it's very different energies and aspects in pile number 2. But there is an energy connected to you, and they are writing something. Maybe you're in it, maybe it's connected somehow, but this energy is present here and I can't focus it into which part it is. So please, pile number 2, take it as it resonates for you, but someone really needs to have a little support of editing. And if you're looking at this, this is happening to the person that you have strongest in your energy. So this is a very different pile. You are truly going to have a weekend to very use your discernment and understand which part of this is yours. So you have a great lesson here, and also something to learn here, because this is a relationship to another. So whenever we are having some messages that are, because life is all about relationships. So when we are having a message like this, when more energies are involved, it is an excellent moment for you to practice your discernment, your intuition, to decipher which energy is yours, which is them, and how it is, to kind of clear it out and create less confusions. And we can do that by practicing. So writing is definitely significant here. So show it to the world, okay? That is what I would say with pile number 2. Have a great weekend, pile number 2, and I hope to see you next week here. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. These are your messages. This is your beautiful shell, which is connected to number 9. So something is being close to its completion, but it's been a very difficult journey for you all in pile number 3. But there's a feeling of being like a servant. You're taking care of everyone, you're getting exhausted, and you're just serving constantly. And there's not much appreciation for what you actually do, because you do a lot, okay? You do a lot for others, and also in your day-to-day obligation. It is a lot. So that is your shell message here. Let's see the angels cards of tangible, what you can do. Okay. Agent and manager. So there is a connection here. We had the same energy a little bit in pile number 2 about writing. I feel like we have an energy of writing also here at some form. You're doing some type of spiritual work in your area here, and you've been kind of doing this without any gains, okay? You're doing all of these spiritual works, and you help people really for free, and there's no appreciation for that. It's kind of being taken as granted, and you need someone to help you to actually get some benefits from it, because we shouldn't take we shouldn't charge for our services, really, when we're working from a place of spirit and love. You know, as this channel, we don't take anything from anyone, and we really live back your energies. And the same ways here, I feel like you have this energy of everything that you give. You don't ask for anything back. You truly give from your heart, and it's beautiful. And this time, when you're doing this, whatever project that you're doing that has to do with writing, Spirit is kind of asking you that go forward, okay? Do whatever it is that you are trying to do. Don't procrastinate this, because this is going to be beautiful. And you're going to have this manager, a person coming into your life to help you so that you can move forward with whatever this is that you're doing, because you're doing something important. I can really feel that it is important and it's going to impact many people. So Spirit will send you a person to help you, but it's more so also of you inside of yourself, energy wise, accepting an agent and help from others to lighten your burden so that you can focus on doing this work and expanding. So that is kind of your message here, pile number 2. What I wanted to say when I went through your meditation here is it came to mind, and I picked up this book. It's called Modern Tarot by Michelle Tia. And in this book, somewhere, there is a place where she talks about she started her services free. And when she started her services for free, she didn't take no charge, and she made a lot of events, and it was very exhausting for her, but she did this out of love. And then she got matched with an agent, and it was a non-profit agent, just the same way as she was. And this like released her from so many burdens and helped her to move forward so that she could actually have a business and everything from this. And she's been writing over 10 books, and it's a very well-known author here. So really, I feel like this message is connected to you as an encouragement that Michelle did it the same way here. I'm not promoting this book or anything. If I ever promote anything on this channel, I'll make sure to say it. But this was what came through in the meditation to just kind of encourage you with that book, that sometimes we have a lot and we give, but sometimes it needs to expand, okay? And the expansion may be difficult because we're going from not giving and not dealing with that parts to giving, and then we have to think about the payments, the arrangements, there's so many different things that come that can become more burden when we move. But we kind of have to move from one stage to another. We kind of have to let go of something in order to step in something new, okay? So Spirit is really acknowledging you guys in pile number 3 here to really step forward what it is that you're doing and stay open, okay? So you need to leave that cycle within yourself subconsciously so that you can attract that kind of manager, that you stand ready to receive that type of help so that you can move forward in your journey. In whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that you're writing, it's going to be amazing here for you, okay? So a professional is needed here to help you, to boost you forward into another chapter of your life here. But you're writing something wonderful, so in the future, write it in the comments where we can find you and read it, because that would be wonderful. You have something inside of you, and if you don't feel connected, because I feel it's the same way with pile number 2 and 3. So if you feel like I have no idea what, I don't write, I don't do none of this, then this energy is connected to you somehow. Someone is going to enter your life, or your energy, they're connected to you in that sense, that is what they're doing, that's where they're in their journey. So that's why I always in this channel use your discernment and see where are you in life, okay? And who is it resonating from? Because sometimes we read our energy, our message, but also if you are in this weekend and your energy is kind of not so much powerful, there are other energies inside of you that are more powerful, then I will read a message to that energy that is mostly powerful and active inside of you. I hope that that makes sense, but it's very different. We can have different energies inside of us. That's why training our intuition in this way can help us to discern when is it my energy, when is it not really my energy, it's just energy, but when is it the essence that I hold, and when is it someone else, and who is it, to kind of get to know who is around my energy, what am I being connected to. Because when we are looking into this and discovering more, we can actually learn what we want and what we don't want, where we're going and what we're leaving behind, and expanding our intuition to learn more and understand how to navigate moving forward in life, so we don't fall down in those unnecessary pitfalls that will not serve us or just will stifle our growth. So keep moving forward, beautiful souls. I hope that these messages helps you throughout your weekend, and that you discover something new about yourself, about someone else, and connect more to each other in this earth. So as always, thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes, and for being here, for allowing this safe space to be for everyone that enters this channel. So have a wonderful day, and as always, sending love your way. Bye, everyone.